Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. We strongly advise you to get education before you start using real money. Today is a very good day all morning, and for the ones that just join us, we have several auto trades. We have over 14 auto trade in your package, but we cover only a couple of 3 auto trades. And on the market analyzer, you have a buy order at 44.1150, target 44.26. Base on one contract is 39 ticks. Here we have 2 contract, so this one here, one contract 462, this one here 950, because there is 2 contracts. The ES, the system estimate that you need to exit on 44.26, but it's not gonna happen at the moment. The reason is, if we look under the target, there is a resistance line at 44.2475, which is getting a struggle. Plus we have on a Friday the institutional number. This is an institutional number that is target 1, 2, and 3. The target 2 just hit, which means there is some profit taken on that one here. So there is a little bit held on this area here for the ES. That's why you don't see right now on the precision auto trade, because when we are auto trading, we need to understand where we are to maximize the profit, if you want to. If you don't want to touch the auto trade, it's very fine. But of course, when you understand what's going on in the market now, if we look, if we are crossing this one here, the 44.2425, there is a good potential to go to the 44.27. And today is a Friday, and now it's 10 o'clock, so we will see what happened. On this CL, took the first trade, and we will see what happened with the CL again. Today on the DAX, it was, I think, 1 trade on the DAX, and we were done. The 4 minutes is my favorite chart, and it was 1 trade, 29.21, and it is done. I'm not gonna reactivate it. It's finished. So at the moment with the market analyzer, again, to all our traders, please be aware that on Monday we have an update, and you need to get rid of some of the old system and update your system in order for you to work properly. And we do a lot of updates. We have around between 30 and 40 updates a year, and it's very important. I mean, we put a lot of work and money in there, so please, it's very important to all our traders, come on Monday and get your updates and understand what is an update. We have an updates on a lot of stuff, and also we have an update on the next generation auto trade. This next generation is something else, so we have an update on the next generation auto trade as well, and NT8, and so please make sure that you're coming on Monday. We'll explain to you. We provide templates, and we provide how to install the new update. So let's see what else we have here. On the market analyzer right now, based on one contract, we crossed 1,000 take based on the last entry signal, not the whole day. It's the last entry signal, and now we have crossed the 1,172. Takes under profit. You don't have to trade all of them. You can trade, as an example, if you are on a lower budget, you can trade. You can trade the mini accounts, or you can trade only ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. You don't need to trade all of it. And right now, you can. Let me try to load the micro account. I never tried that. You can go to the now. Let me see. Now you can on Ninja Trader. This is very nice what they have done. You can load all the micro accounts here. You see, you take your market analyzer and you go to add instruments, and then you add all the micro accounts, and that will populate right there. Supposed to. Let's see. There we go. And all your micro accounts are here. And this is based on one contract, folks. This is based on one contract. And you can pick up and choose. There is a lot. Actually, I don't trade micro account, but this is really something else. It is a lot there. I mean, they have the DAX. They have. Do they have the CL? Because the CL just come into micro account. They have the gold. This is very interesting. Nasdaq, YM. This is very interesting. So this is a micro account, and I like that. I like that. Why I like that? Because sometimes today everything is going very well, you know. If we look at the market analyzer, the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they are going on the same direction. The 30-year Treasury bond is going on the opposite direction. That tell us, for a guy don't have a good eye how the market is running today, this is very good. But what is nice about this, one of the things with the yeah, thank you, sir. I mean, maybe you don't need to trade all those micro accounts, but one of the things is with the future, when you hash the future, most of those guys, amateur trading with a small amount of money, they try to auto trade 2 contract, 3 contract on an ES, and they only have one horse in the race. So sometimes in the market, you will have, not today, but sometimes you will have the YM is not running very well, or could be the Nasdaq is a very choppy today, or the ES is stuck between channels. This is gonna happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next year. This is unavoidable. So one of the success to when you are trying to hedge the market, when you try to hedge the future, as an example, if we take this market analyzer, it is all micro accounts. They are peanuts. But let's say if we are taking one contract on each, okay, and today the ES going south, the more money you have in the future, the more you can hedge, the less losses you have. And let's say today out of this micro account, we have two instruments did go south here. That's very fine. But the rest are doing very fine. Let's say there is four instruments not doing well today. Then the others are doing well. So this is a really brilliant that if you activate one contract on each one of those micro accounts, you're no longer day trading. You are more like hedging at daytime when the market starts. And you're gonna have some, I mean, we have some people do that. They have a large amount of money, and they don't trade the ES, they don't trade the NASDAQ, they don't trade the YM. What they do, they put one each, and then what they do, they look at the total in here, whatever their total profit for today. And most of them, once they see $1,000 in the P&L, they stop. They care less if the ES fired a reversal. They don't care if the ES hit or got stuck between channels. Some of them, maybe they have 200 ticks into profit, but those guys have larger amount of money than 5,000. You cannot do this on 5,000. On 5,000, you can go maybe on one ES, one NASDAQ, one YM. But this is on the micro account. It is cheap. So staying going on, let's say, 5 ES micro account. So you can spread out your position, and you have many horses running. So if one of the horses passed out on you, you still have the others running. So this is very good. And then, I mean, you don't have to wait till it gets in P&L, let's say, $10,000 because you are running a micro account. But, you know, if you consider on a micro account here, I mean, you have to add it up. If, let's say, you have $5,000, and if you want to go on a micro account, 1 or 2, 3, 5, 10 instruments, and one each, one, you don't have to overdo it. I think, I don't know, if you have down on a 6E or on the future euro dollar or anything like this, you still have some other instruments. Oh, by the way, today also I added on the portfolio euro dollar. And what I do with the currency, I don't overmerge myself. I don't buy $1 million on the currency. I buy as I have a reality. In other words, if I have 10,000, I buy in 10,000. If I have 100,000, I buy 100,000, and I build portfolio for 100,000. So today I added euro dollar, and then I will add 2 more positions. I'm watching the euro dollar, and today I add a little bit on the euro dollar. I'm not a day trader on the Forex. On the Forex, you cannot day trade, especially if you are a fundamental guy. Most likely gonna lose all your money. I got position on the same price here, 16.78, and the broker put a few cents in there for him. And I will be looking at 116 again and 113, like what I showed you yesterday on the video. And then my biggest target is what I do with the Forex. I buy a little bit on the 50%, and the other 50%, when it hit really where I want to go in, if it goes in. If the market turn around on the first 50%, I will not add on it anymore. It's too late. If the market keep dropping, which my target is 113. My target is 113 on the euro dollar to position myself on that. But now I'm buying little bit every little bit, 5%, 10%. I build a portfolio. I don't just go ahead and hammer it in one day on the Forex. Then I put them on the side for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you cash them out. My target on the Forex is around 125, 130. And it could take 3 months, 4 months, but that's okay. I can live with it because I'm not working on it every day. Stan, cash is a trash and the bank. Stan, putting your money in the bank and they're not doing anything, and you go from 1 year to another. If you have $10,000, and if let's say you position yourself on a euro dollar, Stan, putting cash in your bank, you just go ahead and buy euro dollar, let's say, when the price is right. And then after 2 months, 3 months, if you can earn $3, $4, $5,000 on it, why not? Or 10% or 15%, because the banks don't give any interest. Actually, I had a meeting with my bank, and now if you have a euro in your bank, it is a negative, so you lose money by putting a euro in your account. So there is no interest on your money if you have, why keeping the money unused in the bank when let's say you can buy whatever you like, whether it's gold or I mean, I don't like Aussie dollar. I don't know anything about the Japanese yen. I have no integration with the food, culture. There are nice people, but I have nothing to do with the Japanese, and I'm sure they are very well. But I don't know anything about Japanese yen, and I don't want to get my nose into something in the market I don't know anything about. The only market I trade with is euro dollar, because I know the euro and I know the dollar. So Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, all this, Canadian, I don't know anything about Canada. My brain cannot observe everybody worldwide, from Japan to Australia. I cannot be everywhere. You cannot sell potatoes and strawberries and coffee. I mean, you have to be specialized somewhere on the Forex. And with the Forex, I like only euro dollar. This is the only market, and I understand the numbers without looking at charts. The same thing with the stocks. When we were trading the stocks, I know all the levels without even looking at charts. Day after day, you know what is your levels on the stocks. And there is secrets with the stocks, where all the traders, they go and try to study the companies, and try to listen to the news and read the internet and all this. I go the opposite direction. When everybody buying that stock, I go short. When everybody going short, I buy the stocks. And how to do that? There is a little bit hidden ways, after all those years, and I don't listen to the news. You buy those stocks and you forget about them. Even on the biggest companies, let's say they buy on their portfolio, they have 100 different stocks. They know they have 10% of those stocks, they're gonna die on them. They're gonna have 10, 15% stocks, they're gonna rally, and they're gonna double up and triple up. And some of them, they will make 5% and 10%. So what I'm trying to say, you cannot buy every stock and it's gonna run for you. That's why all the big companies, what they do, they put their money everywhere. They hedge everywhere, because they know that they're gonna have some horses gonna die on them when they are investing. So when you are trying to hedge the future, that's what I'm trying to get you. This is a brilliant idea, Stan, let's say, using 4 contract on a mini ES on one chart for the same amount. You can turn on the auto trade and use micro account, and this is limit your losses daily, and then whatever you can get out of it, you can get out of it, and you should be done by 11-12 o'clock. So this is a brilliant idea. If you let's say start, there is 2 things with the market analyzer you can do. You can start around 8 o'clock, 8:30. You can maybe able to catch an early trend, or the best way when you want to try to deal with this with the market analyzer, the best way also, if you are on a safety mood, you wait till 9:45, 9:50, till this market start accepting the direction of this market, or start taking a direction. Is exactly like when you fly in an airplane at 9:30 in the morning. The market, when it opens up, there is a lot of turbulence. There is buyers, sellers, closing positions, open positions. There is all kind of stuff. But then it's like an airplane. Within 15-20 minutes, your pilots say, take your seatbelt off. And the same thing with the market. The first 15 minutes is like taking off. The market is taking off. The first 15-20 minutes. And then when you around 9:45, 9:50, the markets start taking direction. And this is where you can start really safely auto trade. I mean, let's say if you want to auto trade the scalper, I mean, you don't want to scalp the market at the opening. You want to scalp the market when the markets start coming down, so you can avoid the slippage. On the market analyzer, it's always advisable to be start auto trading. If you want to trade stocks or you want to trade anything, you start trading around 9:45, 9:50, and if this market start taking direction, you are in it. If you are a high risk trader, you can start your auto trade around 9 o'clock. But then when the markets open at 9:30, it's gonna go ahead and start going left and right, and you better be ready to immediate take action if you see a trade go in the opposite direction. Do not just look at it. You need to dump it immediately and reset your auto trade and ready for the next signal come up to take a trade. And if the trade or the entry, let's say, is going long, and there is above it a resistance line, a heavy resistance line, most likely that trade is not going to go through. So what you do, you need to do immediately cover for as many losses as it could be, and then what you say, you hide your trailing stop behind the support area. Or if you think this is not going to go with that signal, just took that signal because there is a double resistance or a double support or whatever, then what you do, you limited your losses by 10 ticks, and then you catch the next trade. Also, there is also, you can use especially the 15-second. When you are using the 15-second, you don't have a huge stop loss. The 15-second coming from this market analyzer here, and then immediately, let's say if you are on an opening position or on where opening hours, and you see this market is about to sink, what you do, you can go immediately and cover. What we have done, you can increase your stop loss, but you cannot decrease your target. We did this on purpose. You cannot take this one and lower it, but you can increase your stop loss, and we did this on purpose for safety. But what you can do with the target, you can increase the target if you want to. And the reason we have done that, because if you're gonna go below this target, you're gonna screw up with the system. So what we've done, if a guy wanted to, you should not close market order in that kind of trade. let's say if you want to secure some of the profit, you can secure, let's say I secure 400, and now the market, if it go above that, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. So the way you trade it is by securing a profit to the fib line, or if you want to really close it, you can get as close as it could be. And if you think the market is turning around on you, like what we see here right now, then you say, okay, now I saved 500 or I saved 450. And if this market go above a fib line, I'm going to go for 600, 700. It's not unusual for this scalper to hit 1,000 if the market running. It can increase the target by itself. So this is one thing you can do. Or if you want to, you can see the level without even an indicator right there. And now this one here is going to lock a profit around $300. You're happy with it. And now it locked a profit little over $600-700 on those two. And then you wait when it gets a new signal, and then you trace it again or you chase it. And if you see the market is getting in trouble, you just and if you want to leave it alone, you can leave it alone. This is another example here. We have one instrument is going south. Two instruments is going south, your losses is nothing. You know? But the other's doing well. So always, like what I said yesterday, guys, look at the bigger picture. Don't just be concentrate on a small corner. Try to be a little bit open-minded what's going on in this market, and accept the market the way it is, which I have a problem because sometimes I get stubborn. If we wanted to analyze what's going on the ES right now, we have an auto trade on the precision auto trade. It's about to hit $4,000 in there. We have a sell signal. This is a separate signal from the auto trade, and this one here is separate as well. So the market is going down, but I know there is a support area at 44.2775. Here it is. There is a potential the ES is gonna hold above that support area. And if you see where is my stop loss is right below the support area, is protected. So what I'm doing here, if this market drop below 44.27 on the ES, the secondary entry is 44.2375. Here it is. You can leave it as is, the auto trade, and the trailing stops are working very well with it, and it is protected on 44.2150, 44.2150. It is acceptable, but if you want it, so now here it is, to keep my eye on this ES. This is a waste if you don't keep your eye on it. This is a good chunk of money in here. On that trade, there is some traders, amateur traders, they cannot even make it in 1 week. And look at this baby, came in right to the support area, and now we are going. And you know, that little thing just knocked me out of that trade. That's fine. But I still have this auto trade running. And as you see, this support area is holding very well. Let's see if it's gonna stay on. Now, if this support area cannot hold the ES above that, the next drop on the ES is gonna be right here as a re-entry point. There is no short, as a re-entry point. When every guy using an ATR and MACDs and a Renko bar by this movement here, now all their charts showing, or their auto trade showing there is short, which is the opposite. There is no short here. There is a pullback re-entry, and this is where on your TI7, that's why we have the pullback re-entry on the TI7, because this is the biggest mistake traders. They don't know how to read the market, and this is based on the pullback re-entry from the TI7. You have it under the entry scalper, a scalper. Those two scalpers on the TI7, they are based on the pullback re-entry. Recalculate, understand where is the levels, and go back and take a trade. It's not just a stupid ATR. When it goes above moving average, it's gonna take a trade, and then when it goes the bar below that, it's gonna, and that was 20 years ago, and it's out of date. There is no more just a moving average in 2021. You have to be a little bit smarter than that, than just a normal ATR with a moving average in it. So as we see here on that auto trade, and we're about to hit the target on that one. I'm gonna increase it. Why not? I mean, you don't have to do that. You can also close the position, but because the support line here has been confirmed, now we have a good potential on that one here. We have a potential on that one because it's a Friday to hit the final, again guys, the final destination for today before 12 o'clock is right here. This is your limitation in the market, whether you have optimized your auto trade, whether you are using Voodoo Renko bar, or you are using a minute or tick chart. This market is not gonna go anywhere above 44.38.50 from now to 12 o'clock. Get it over with. So you're limited on the ES where you are going for today. Here it is. The target 3 institutional on Friday. Once you hit the target 3, it's gonna be profit taken, and the market gonna go sideways. Bang bang, thank you ma'am, it is finished. You know. So once you hit this target 3, it is finished. Walk away, you know. No use to sit down miserably behind the computer and get tired. So this is where the ES right now, if we are dropping below that support line, this is a re-entry. Your destination for today, your flight, your destination is 4438.25 over. There is nothing you can do, manual trading, auto trading, optimization, template, summer template, winter template, whatever. It's not going to change the fact this is your levels for today, and this is your destination for today. Not unless if some kind of news, some kind of company or some kind of news, they're gonna come and activate the ES to go short or long. But what we have right now, if there is no news gonna interfere with the future market, this is your limitation on the ES for today. So it is, the secret is not to kill a good trade, not to kill it with a 10 ticks, a trailing stop, and 15 those dummy trailing stop. I hate a dummy trailing stop. So we have a survival here. The market is going to our direction, and why we want to kill that trade? You are getting paid because you are being right. When you are wrong, you lose money. And you made a proper bet on this, and we don't want it to kill that trade. We need to keep the trailing stop away, and even if your trailing stop is very tight, when we are looking on the 1 minute chart, our borders on the ES, it is 44.27, our borders. Anything below 44.27 for now, I will dump everything on the ES. Anything below 44, because the market is very clear once you understand how the market works. is very clear. The market broke up on the ES. And guess what? You understand the ES, you understand the whole market. Because the ES, it is the oxygen for the whole market. Provide oxygen to the Nasdaq, provide oxygen to the YM. It is the 500 company. You cannot change the fact. So everyone follow, even if the Nasdaq is off. When the ES come into critical area, Nasdaq stop. And this is a confusion by some traders. They don't understand why the Nasdaq is no longer trending, because when the ES come into major area, everyone stops to see what the ES, if it's gonna break that area or not. So the best signal in the house is your ES. And don't put your ES on those Renko bars. We have Renko bars. We use the Renko bars for reversal, but you cannot spot trend on a Renko bar. So the 1 minute is the true what's going on in the market. And actually it is the 15 minutes and the 30 minutes if you have a larger amount of money. But for a day trader, we don't have to do that anymore because we have the high time frame right there. And we have the measuring the trend is right there and the signal is there. But for a normal guy, don't have that. We have one guy, he have the zone today, and he asked me what is the best time frame. And I told him, if you are trading the future, you take the trade from the 1 minute, but you need to open the chart on 1 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes if you want a day trade. Why 3 charts? Because when you have the 3 chart, you can identify trend, and you use the 1 minute as an entry if you want, or the 3 minutes. That's a totally different lesson. I don't want to get into it. So right now we understand when the market break out, it came into the support, and we got the okay for the support. When we got the okay from the support, we understand we have the clearance. We have the okay to climb to this area and close all positions on the ES. That is going to make it different between one guy is going to leave this auto trade to the destiny, whatever, and when a guy can understand what's going on in the market, one guy can close on 2,500 and the other guy can close on a 5,000. It's the same entry, same auto trade. And if you have a guy don't know anything about the market, he's gonna rack that auto trade. How much you think I will make tomorrow? I don't know. How much you think I make next week? I don't know. Depends who you are. I have no clue. If you don't understand an auto trade, you don't just turn it on in the morning. You just need to look at the market. Today I was training somebody's kid. I train some of my friends' kids. I get paid for it. I get paid good money to train their kids. And that kid is an 18 years old, going to 19. And that kid, he reminded me of my son. He sat half an hour analyzing the market before the markets open. He was very well trained, and I trained my son when he was a kid. For every money he makes on the charts when he was a kid, he was like 5-6 years old, and I got him a laptop, and for every $100 he makes on the chart, I gave him $1 for a kit, and then I increased it to $5 per point, and he cashed in every single day, and I trained him. Now he play Call of Duty on one monitor, he trade on one monitor, he have position on another monitor, And it freaks me out because I cannot do that. But those new generation, those new kids, they have maybe better brain. Our brain is not. So, and and then it freaks me out, and sometimes I tell him, what you're doing? And I'm waiting on that my position. What you want me to do? Look at it. And I look at his charts. They are okay, and he's waiting on those level to get in. In the meantime, so he don't have to look at it, he takes one monitor and play. And when the market comes into where he needs to go in, he take the trade and go back to playing. And it has become a routine for him. And that kid today reminded me, that kid is 18, 19. I can see he have a bright future because he sit down, analyze the market for half an hour. It's very nice when you are training a young guy. He listen, he say, you tell him you do this, you do this. But it's very hard to break a guy with my age. I don't want to be, and tell him in the morning, you don't need to go left, you need to go right. You're pissing him off, because this guy for the last 10 years, he goes left. And now you're telling him to go right. He's not going to accept it, like me. I will not accept it. So it is very hard when a guy is been making a mistake for the last 10 years to break his habits. But when you take those young kids and train them when they are young, we have one soldier from the state. When he's trained, he put his son next to him, and I admire him for that. And his son is 8, 9 years old, I think, and he put him right next to him and train him. And that is good. I think it's healthy. So anyway, as we see here on the ES, gentlemen, we are right now retesting the support area. We don't have a short. Here is the problem why those 75%, those guys, they are using a dummy auto trade above or below, or they are using and if you notice here, we are on testing this support area, and here is the problem. If we look from the high to here, those guys are using the indicators to start pointing short, and there is no short. Keep your eye on your area. This is a re-entry. So when those guys, now their indicators or their rank bar pointing short, there is no short. They are reading the market wrong. There is a pullback re-entry. The market come back, test the support, coming back, retesting the support. If we break that support, here is the key for this market. Anything above that number is long. Anything below that number is no longer valid. The long is only short. So this is the key right there on the ES between long and short. Long and short. So this is a pullback. If it's a pullback, it comes back here. But as long as we are above that one, you should not be killing that trade here on an auto trade. You should not be killing that trade at all. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so there we go. Wait, let's see what happened here. We broke this protection, the 44.27. Let's see. We're coming right there, and this is a re-entry. Be careful. Don't let it fool you. There is no short. A lot of people now, they start taking short because their indication or their auto trade pointing to short. There is no short right now until we see what happened to the 44.2375. Then you decide if you want to go short or not. And this is the biggest example when I talked about sour trade. This is the scalper took a short. Immediately I can spot it. That short is not going to survive immediately because this is a re-entry right there. So with the signal auto trade, immediately you need to cover as much as you can because you know most likely that trade is not going to survive. You know immediately that auto trade and that trade here is not valid. Now what we do, we don't kill it in case if we can break even and a break out of it if you want to, plus one tick or something, that's very good because this market is not going to go below that, not now. You see? So that trade from the market analyzer is sour. It's not good. It's not valid. So there we go. Let me show you that this market is gonna hold right there, and I'm gonna take this one, drop it a little bit. Look at this one. This is very interesting one. You see what happened, guys? You see what happened? And this one here, 60 to 70% traders make mistake. 60 to 70% traders make mistake. Especially when they are auto trading ATRs and MACDs. This is not gonna pick it up. And what they do, they use Ranker bar, and when they are using Ranker bar, it's a total different picture. And we called the re-entry 10 minutes ago, and there we go, voila. Look at this. Here it is. So now what we have done, we revived that auto trade here to hit the 5,000 if it's possible. So now we keep our eye on that one here. And if you don't want to do that, because you're gonna have some people say, I don't want to do that. Okay, fine, leave it alone. You can walk away with 2,000 maybe on that trade, or 2,500 on that trade. And if you know what you're doing, you walk away with around 5,000 on that trade. Now, when you are get yourself blended between the technical chart and the auto trade, let the auto trade take in a trade. If you miss out $1,000 a day, that will get, that does mean you are missing around a couple $100,000 a year. And do I need to feel sorry for that guy because he doesn't want it? I don't want to say 200. I want to say he's gonna miss out on 100,000. If this guy don't care about 100,000 more a year, he don't deserve to be trading really, because This 100,000 differential, um, when you get yourself mixed with the auto trade, your losses are limited. When you don't do anything and you let it be, you cannot be winning every day in any kind of trading. You cannot be winning every day. An average is 1 day a week. You're gonna have some losing day. When you get yourself blended with the auto trade and keep track on, don't look at P&L. Try to revive the winning trade. When you are getting mixed and trying to understand what's going on in the market, why your auto trade is taking a trade, you can avoid a lot of losing trades. As an example, we told you on this one here, it's not gonna make it, and it didn't make it. We closed it immediately. A guy leave it alone. That's $200 losses. $200 losses in 1 year, that's $50,000. Here it is. When you have a $5,000 guy, his capital, and he don't care about the $200 losses a day, that's $50,000 a year, and he only have 5,000. He's not calculating. It is math, calculated. When you get yourself mixed with the market and trying to learn how this market functioning, I'm not saying to sit down in a trading room and pay me or pay anyone, but try to learn how the market moves. Avoid bad trade when you see a bad trade. Take an action. Get your hands dirty. And when you see a winning trade, how you can make it, maximize your profit on it. Sometimes you miscalculate. I do too. But most of the time, you will maximize your profit. You cannot maximize your profit on 10 trades out of 10 trades, but you can maximize your profit 7 or 8 out of 10, and 2 you're gonna be making mistake like anybody else. Here is the key point now for the ES, right there. This is the key point for the ES. Anything above that number is long, anything below that number is short. This is the key for the ES. It's gonna make us close all position on ES or keep it. Look at this. Look. We said, we talked about it half an hour ago, and look. Once you understand the market is very simple, is readable. You don't need a guy to tell you if it's long or short. Try to develop your own. It's readable. It's right there. Once this market hit below 44.2375, I'll go to this chart, override the auto trade close position, or I'll leave it to the trailing stop or stop loss, whatever. Now we understand this is the key. Above that number, the ES is going to stay long. If this ES go below this number, the party is over for long on an ES. And fast you see it belt, now we are going to chop market. Because we have some people asking me, how do you have, there's no one can make an indicator telling you there is a chop in the market. But if this market now go below the ES, below that number, the whole equation between ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones is going to screw up. Then the NASDAQ is going to pull the ES is going to pull the NASDAQ, and that where 80% of amateur trading that will be losing money once this 44.2375 goes below that. They can blame everyone, but the reality is they don't know what's going on in the market. They don't. You know, they guessing. You don't guess in the market. You know, you don't guess. You look, you make a decision based on what you know. You don't take a guess. And what freaks me out when somebody sent me on the Skype, what do you think, Sam? ES is long or short? Take my advice. If you cannot see if the ES long or short, leave it alone. Don't take a trade. You know, if you cannot see this pullback on the ES and you think it's going, how many people you think they went for this one here short? How many people? And then the ES turn around on them. How many people you think they fall into this trade? How many? And this is where the majority start losing money, right there. So let's look now. Things has changed on the ES. We have a projection at 44.30, and it is, we are desperately, we need to cross the 44.30 here, desperately. And let's see what happened. You see what happened here? We now have a projection at 44.30, and it's getting tight in here between the support at 44.24 and the projection at 44.30. So we got stuck right there. See? It's simple. This is a trouble for Autotrader. And if this guy, even he has optimized all weekend, and if he cannot see it, he don't know he is in trouble when he's auto trading. He don't know he's in trouble. Doesn't matter what auto trade he's using. It's not gonna change the fact there is a support area here and there is a resistance area here, and the ES got stuck in the channel. Is gonna go back and forth to find an exit, either a support or a resistance, and all depend on the market movers. So when the guy cannot read that, now the auto trades, if you're not in an early position like this one here, now your auto trade start gonna go south and you're gonna start losing money. It doesn't matter which auto trade. It doesn't matter. Knowing the danger when you are trading and be trained to understand or to spot when the market is in trouble. You cannot say everything gonna be fine. I'm auto trading. This apply to manual trading and auto trading. It's not gonna change the fact the ES got stuck between those two here. It's not gonna change the fact. So we need to find an exit for the ES before we can start taking action. So if your auto trade is not taking a trade, it's time to put hold on the auto trade. There is no direction. Your auto trade cannot be is not able to make ticks for you if the ES is not moving. Your auto trade cannot get hair out of a bald-headed man, and here he cannot get ticks because the market is flat now, and now we are fasten our seatbelt to see where we are. Are we going to cross below the 44.23? Are we going to go above 44.30? Here it is. If we go below the 44.23 close position on all ES, all long ES position needs to be closed, override the auto trades. If this market decide to break that one here, you are on a $5,000 trade on this auto trade. As simple as that. You can walk away with around 2700, or you can walk away with 5,000, and it all depend on the market movement. If this ES broke that level, close. If this ES goes and break that level, 44.30, that's mean we are going from 3,000 to 5,000. So we know our limitation for that trade. We understand our destination for that trade. Has nothing to do with your optimization, has nothing to do with your auto trade. That's the way the market is. This is reality. And as we see here, the ES has tried, and we have sing the song about the that number 44.23. We sing the song about it for half an hour before it happened, and it happened. And now what is telling you the ES here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been hanging on the same support area from 10:51, now is 11 o'clock. It's been enough long time for this ES confirming that support area, as we said. So that trade on the ES is valid, despite on your auto trading, whether you are using a 1 minute, 9 range, 4 range, 3 range, 150 ticks, is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. We are looking at this, the 1 minute, and we know what's going on. And it doesn't matter anymore what time frame you are using. Doesn't matter. We are on top of it because we are the ones are managing this auto trade. We're not we're not gonna let our future just be to the destiny. This is luck. There is nothing. You work on it, you get rewarded. So now there we are. We are confirmed that the 44.24.25 and it is support area, and I'm expecting right now for this market, not right now, still weak. It's gonna change momentum a little bit maybe, and we will see. Right now there is some weakness, and let's see if this ES able to break that one. If this ES break that one, we close in all the long trades on the ES, YM, NASDAQ, all close position long, and we're gonna get ready to prepare ourselves to go short. So let's see. I'm gonna kill the microphone for 5 minutes, and while we are watching on the ES. Thank you. Can you guys see how the market respect that number? Honestly, can you see how this market respect this number? Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look this indicator. What is worth this indicator? Can you see how this market respected that number? And here it is, look. When it blinks, that means there is a lot of sellers trying to push this market down. Look. And look where it is. And there is a lot of sellers pushing this market down. And that guy is holding. I don't know how long this can hold. There is a lot of sellers. But it's holding. So you're safe on that trade. There is nothing better. It's like when you're landing an aircraft at night. You cannot see the runway. You are relying on your instruments. And with your trading, you're only relying on your instruments, what it's telling you. When you are using those Renko bars and your instruments, they're off, you're having a wrong reading, you're going to be off the runway. And it's very simple, you know. And it is really important your instruments are accurate when you are reading. So this is not some matter to take it cheap, you know. That it is costly. On the long run, you'll find out those cheap indicators, they are more expensive than you think because they cannot perform for you. There is no accuracy. They're gonna make you lose a lot of money. So those cheap indicators you download sometimes, they're useless because they are basic on MACD's moving averages. There is no really calculation. There is not really calculation on those indicators. They're just basic moving average. There is only 10 basic indicators, and they have been redone and redone and redone for the last 20 years. But the basic 10 indicators is still basic 10 indicators. So there we go. Here is your story. And now that will be really nice. Now the markets start building momentum. That will be really nice if we can cross the 44.26. And now once we cross the 44.26, guess what? Everything has changed on the ES. Everything. We're done. We're going up. Done. Finished. There we go. Guys, trading is not hard. Really. Really, trading is not hard. Yes, you have to put little time in there. But honestly, give me one job. Just let you lay down, turn off your brain, and it's just gonna drop money on you. Give me one job. Give me one job can do that, you know. Even if you have a bodega, you have to clean and you know. Give me one job. You just sit down, open your mouth, close your eyes, and it's gonna drop money. There is nothing, guys. There is nothing free, you know. You learn, you earn. You don't learn, you're not gonna get anywhere. And then here's the loser's story. Oh, I got the wrong system, you know, and I bought the, you know, we get the calls. I bought the wrong system. I don't know what system he bought, but then you ask yourself, did he buy really the wrong system? I'm not trying to defend any of my competitor. Did he really buy the wrong system, or there's something wrong with this guy? You know, some of them they call you say, you know, Sam, I make money, but I'm an aggressive, and then I give it up. I have more respect for this guy because he say, I make money, and I screw up in the afternoon, I give all my profit. I respect that guy. But when a guy say he bought 10 system and all of them, they did him dirty, there is a question mark. Did all those 10 system did you dirty? You know, I'm not trying to protect my, you know. So you have a certain loser, they have to blame. You know, it's like when you're getting divorced. You're an angel and your wife was horrible to you, you know. Really? Well, there is no smoke without fire. I know that much, you know. So, you know, to myself, I say, if my wife leave me, oh God forbid, I'm not gonna able to find a woman put up with my, you know. I admit it, you know. So that's why I'm grateful for my woman, because I don't know if any other woman can put up with my crap, and I admit it. You know, I'm not the sweetest guy to live with, and I will not blame my wife for it. I know I'm not easy to handle. I admit it, and there is nothing wrong to be admitting something. And when you trade and you lose money and you bought your system from somebody else, I don't know. It could be bad system. It could be he tried to train you on a ranker bar. It could be also you bought an Autotrade, a guy don't know anything about trading, which before I buy an Autotrade, I want to know if this guy knows anything about trading. You know, does he update his Autotrade? Or he just going to give you a couple videos and tell you have a nice life. Don't call me, I'll call you. Because if you don't understand how the market works, how he's selling this Autotrade, you know, if you don't come out and analyze this market in the public front of everyone, if you don't know anything about the market and the price action, how in the name of God he's selling an Autotrade and he has no clue how the market works? How can this guy is selling Autotrade, and if you don't know how this market works, why he needs to do update? He don't see his system needs to be updated, because he cannot read the market. He cannot trade a paperback. He don't understand his Autotrade is out of date 10 years ago, because he cannot read bars. He cannot read charts. He's a marketer. He's a salesman. He's a car salesman. So you need to do your homework. You have, if you want to Autotrade, if you want to buy an Autotrade somewhere else, not me, somebody else, you gotta make sure that guy is gonna train you about how to read the market. How many times this guy update his Autotrade? Don't look at the stupid P&L and profit factor. This is a kid stuff. Today you have 3,700. Tomorrow you might gonna have a big banana in there. There is nothing in there. Don't look at the P&L. When you wanted to look at the P&L, when you deserve to earn the P&L. Oh, I don't know. It's too stressful for me. Then get out. You know, get out. If this is stressful for you, get out. Take your money to Las Vegas, put them in. Beautiful woman will serve you a drink. You either go back home with a bag of cash, or at least you said, I had a nice drink at a buffet table. But here, if this makes you stress, get out of that business. It's not for you. Nobody is gonna earn you money except your own self. You put your cousin in a bodega to work for you, your bodega is gonna go down. You put your employee in a bodega and you're not gonna go to the bodega to check up your bodega or your supermarket or your shop, they're gonna eat you alive. How many of you had business and you give it to somebody and ruin it and took it a dive? Nobody look after your money except you, not me. I hold hands with you if you screw up one day, but then I go to sleep. But you are the only one gonna go for pain. You need to learn and you need to protect your money, and do not, again, whatever system you buy, do not jump on a live trading if you don't know what you're doing. If you're not making money on a sim, why in the name of God you're gonna put your real money in there and earn money when on a sim you're not making money? Why? Oh, I'm auto trading. Yes. Also, garbage man, he can go auto trade, and the guy who delivered pizza for you, he can auto trade. And when you want to call in for pizza, he's trading. He don't have time for you, and the garbage man has no time for you. So if it's everybody can auto trade and get wealthy, then we don't have a garbage man on Monday, and nobody is going to deliver pizza for you, and nobody is going to make pizza, because we all going to be auto trading nationwide, and we're going to let the foreigners serve us because we discover we can buy an auto trade. That's a bunch of bull. This is marketing talk. Learn, take whatever it takes, 1 month, 1 year, learn. Then once you start learning, go on the P&L, look at the P&L. Right now you're not qualified to look at P&L because you want the system to make money for you without using your brain. You're not qualified. The best trick, you don't need to pay me to teach you. You don't need to pay anyone to teach you. The best trick for you to learn and develop your own. Whatever turns you on out there, whatever system you like, go ahead and purchase it. The best practice for you, look at this bar, the first bar on the right. Sit day and night, try to predict where this bar is going. This is the only simplest advice for you. Try to predict where this bar is going. Like what I do. I predict the bars for you every single day for the last 4 or 5 years on a YouTube. I'm right 8 out of 10. And this did not come in just overnight, because we learned to predict 27 years ago. And we still predict. And the key to the success in the trading, not optimization. The key to the success, not just put 5 minutes or 9 range or rank a bar. The key to success in the trading, learn, predict the first bar. If you see a guy, his mother told him you're smart, and then he believed it, and he goes on a YouTube, tell you what happened today, that's a bunch of bull. Anyone can see what happened. Don't tell me what happened. Tell me what is going to happen. Anyone can see what happened. Oh, you can go here and take a short here, long here, short here. Yeah. This is a bunch of hogwash. Tell me where is this bar going. One word, where this bar is going. This is where is the money. Not here, not here, not here. Tell me where this bar is going, and then we talk. Because this bar, the key for money is right here on that bar. The rest is garbage. It's finished. Once you turn off your computer today, you forget all about those bars. It's a history. This bar is your P&L, not this P&L. This is just a number. The P&L is right there. And that is free. Whatever system you have, whatever. Even when you are auto trading, don't just keep looking at the sky or read the Playboy magazine. Try to work, try to, predict where this bar is going. This is the best trading. When we had the room and we busted our life in this room, and I couldn't do it anymore, I give it to somebody, do it for me, and now he's gone. Anyway, and we noticed when we were given the education in this room, they were all reading magazine, have their feet on the table, waiting on me or on another guy to call the trade. They were not interested. When we closed the room was open to everyone, and when we closed the room, they all regretted because they didn't listen and watched. And it is a high price when you don't listen. It is a high price because it is your account. You're going to be losing money from your account, not from mine. So then we decided to go on a YouTube and helping everyone on the YouTube. 1 hour. But before in the trading room, we were running 5-6 hours a day, and it was really too much. So right now, here is the story. We are still caved in between the support and the resistance, and now it is 11.19. If we want to analyze what's going on that trade, despite the P&L, as we see here, look at this. This is something auto traders or amateur traders, they don't pay attention to. If we look at this, it is one line. It is one line. It's not trending. You see, we have a position open early, but if you were trading in here, if you started your auto trade in here, it's not making money today because it's one line. And we are waiting on those guys to take an action on that. Either they're gonna yank it to the long trade, or they're gonna take, and now it start getting thicker. Let me show you. Now the market start building thicker support right there. You see that? Now it start getting the support area start getting thick and thicker. So there is no more short in here. You look, this is the support area. This is our key, 44.2375. And now there is another double support and our key and our fibs, floating fibs. This is a very, yeah, thank you, Louis. Those are very thick, and there is no more short trade in here. The market can drop somewhere around there, but there is no more short trade, and that is going to impact your auto trade. So right now what we are struggling, we need to break the 44.28, and then once we break the 44.29, we are on a $5,000 trade. There is no short anymore. There is a pullback re-entry in this area here. You see, you can see, I don't believe in double top, double bottom. This is a bunch of kid stuff, you know. And what happened to the triple top, triple bottom? No, I don't believe in those. This is baby talk. But what I say, I don't say is a double bottom. What I say, it has tested the first time on the support, tested the second time, the third time, and it is valid support, and now got thicker, so there is no short. And now, if we look, the ES is trying to break the 44.28, and it is a good news if we break the 44.28, and will be greater news if we can break the 44.29. No short whatsoever. So now we understand where we are in this market. And then now the time start going against us is 11:22. The time start going against us. So now after 11:30, people start getting impatient, and they want to close position and go for lunch. So now you can see the ES start building momentum, want to break that area here, and probably he will break that area. And then once we break those two, we are on a very nice profit for the weekend. Very nice profit for the weekend. And it's finished. You see? You see, folks? This is a good news. This is going to react to our trade. And if you notice, guys, from the previous video, I'm using one time frame on the chart, 9 range, and I'm making decision on the 1 minute. This is a big example. I've been using 9 range the whole week. Next week I use another time frame. It's irrelevant. Here what is I'm managing that auto trade from here. This is just a time frame. Can clean some of the noises on a higher time frame. This is very good, brilliant. But I'm not dependent on the time frame as much. I'm dependent on the 1 minute indicate for me where I am in the trade. you know. So we are about to cross this one here, and that's mean we are going, if we cross the 44.29, as I said, if you go back to the video from the beginning, as I said, we are most likely, if you go back to this video, I told you today on a Friday, don't expect the ES to go over 44.3850 today, and there is no short. So now it is 11:25. This is the secret right there. Look, the buyers start coming in. If we break that one, you're gonna see this market mood has changed, and they're gonna start jumping on the buy-in position. Why? Because it has survived the critical area. And this is how I showed you yesterday on the Bitcoin, and we were right yesterday. And this is how we showed you yesterday on the Forex. People prefer to buy above critical area, even if it is more expensive, because the number is irrelevant. If you buy a pack of cigarette for $9.50 and there is a potential to drop, or if you, let's say you buy a pack of cigarette at $10.25 and there is potential, because it crossed the $10, it's the psychology behind that. Because it has crossed the $10 and you bought it for $10.25, there is potential to go to the 13 and 14. So sometimes an early entry in the future does not mean the best price, because it has to pass the technical, which you see that by a bunch of kids on the YouTube. They have not experienced that, and they are making a mistake on the Bitcoin, because what they are doing, they're taking Bitcoin on a dive, but it's not the proper places. They are not waiting until the technical areas are over and then go in. So what they are doing, they're jumping in because they think the price is good, because they're buying on a dip without any technical analysis. And then what happened, they are over-merging themselves, and then what happened, they are losing a lot of money because they're just looking at the market from the wrong side. Sometimes it's cheaper to buy more expensive. You know, so the mood will change on the ES once it go and cross those technical areas. People then they want to jump and buy. So this is where you should not react fast to the market. You have to have a clear mind. And if you have a friend next to you negative, kick him out. Get rid of him. Throw him from the window. And we've been busy today. I have not looked at we have not covered the next generation. We will do on Monday. We will do on Monday. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break. We're still holding above that number. We're still holding above that number. As long as we are above that number, we are on a long position. The trailing stop is in a proper place. I'm not going to mess with it. If the market drop below, I'm going to let it go and close position. It's okay. Anyway, it's 11:29. No use to keep milking that trade. This is the key right here. Hopefully we can cross it. 44.28. time to cover the next generation. Again, to our traders, please, we have a new update on the next generation. And this is also, I want to say to my clients that you can add the fibs in here, and you can look at those instruments, and you can really pinpoint. I have another chart. I will share this with you. I will share another chart with you. Let's take it in. Let's take euro dollar, or less. Yeah, let's take a euro dollar. And this is something. I'm gonna take the ES because I'm not connected to my real account. This is your ES. On the next generation, I will share this on Monday. I'm not done with it yet. There is a lot more. Actually, we made this auto trade for bigger company, for their platforms. They're using this. And they have 100 times more money than you and I together. Let me set it. It's not done. I will finish with it today. What it does, the secret on this one here, guys, which it is included in your auto trade, those instruments here, all those whatnots, banana indicators, let me change. Lewis is asking what is the difference between precision auto trade and precision auto trade. It is, hold on. This is the precision auto trade. This is, okay, this is, how to say this, how to explain that. This one here is our latest auto trade, Lewis, and we have success with it. This one here does not have a filter, does not have anything, and a normal guy is trading. I like him to start here, not the TI7 because it's big, and not the institutional is coming your direction. This one here is very important for any guy with a limited knowledge to start here. I like it. Why? Because it's easy, easy to maintain, easy to optimize. You don't have filter. It's very well tuned. It's taking a trade with a reversal, and it's taking a trade with the trend, and it's very consistent actually. And then when you use once you start understand this precision auto trade, there is only optimization time frame on the precision, Lewis. On this one here, no, not this one. This one don't have an auto trade. On this one here, this is the next generation auto trade. On this one here, you have a lot of whatnots. You have a lot. And I made a video yesterday. You got from the MA to the MACDs to the PSAR to the CCI, sell, buy. And then you have priority, which one you want to, I mean, if I open, the reason I don't want to open this really, because this one, a new guy, you're going to make him pass out, you know, to understand all those, you know. And it is made for big companies. Look at this. You want to talk about developing? There we go. Here. This is when I said yesterday it was not made for retailers. And look, there is 6 different time frames on top of it. Look at this. This is not for a guy just bought himself a license and called himself a trader. This is for a guy or a company. And we have did the same thing. For the ones they know me long enough, after New Year Eve, we have contracts with some of those companies. We have done few. And those companies are not using Rankobar. They're not using Ninja Trader, trust me, and Rankobar. So this is for serious trading. And this one here, you have BBT 1 all the way to 10. Each one of them calculate 10 indicators. This one calculate 10 indicators. This one calculate 10 indicators. So there is 40 indicators calculating, 6 different time frame on a filter, measure and buy and sell. Another system from 1 to 30 minutes, from 1 to 30 minutes. Then you have another filter, goes, if you want to, from 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, can plot signal, filter it. What does that mean, filter it? When it's in red, it's going to take short if you want to use the filter, because it's measuring 3 different time frame. The 3 different time frame measuring this. It is a huge. And this is the first hour auto trade we come out with 15 years ago when we went public. This one took us 6 months by a guy teach math in a university, and one of the top-notch in the country programmer. and they both had alpha personality. One is south and the other one is north. This is the only time in my life when I came home, and you have to fly both of them to meet them and work. 6 months you're paying the expense for two guys with a light bulb on their heads, and I'm the only one pulling money on it, draining money out of it. And this is the only time when I got home, I didn't want to eat. I told my wife I just need something to drink so I can go to sleep, because those two drove me crazy. The amount of time and effort we put on this, there is no other company, not even eSignal, not NinjaTrader, all those vendors from NinjaTraders. I smoke him out with this Autotrade. And here is a guy come in with an ATR entry. He want to smoke out this Autotrade. Really? Try. Because this one is not used by what we have given, what we have shared with the public. Amateur trading. You take an amateur trader, you give him this. How far you think you're gonna go with it? Nowhere. An amateur trader, Louis, you cannot put him on this one. You gotta put him on this. He's happy to see $200. That's it. But I don't know how many auto trades we have, honestly. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 auto trade. I don't know how many auto trades we have. I always thought I have 14. We have 17 auto trade. And the next institutional, we are coming out to just as big as this one here. Just as big as this one. But you can develop the rest of your life. I mean, did not come in easily. And what we did, actually, we wanted to train people. This is how we started 15 years ago. I couldn't get a normal guy understand the concept on that auto trade. And this is half of the puzzle. After all those calculations, goes to another calculation. Allow the trade to go to the broker or not. This is not a normal auto trade. You can buy it in a flea market, and this is our first auto trade, actually. And when we came out, that spooked a lot of competitors when they find out what we have done. And we were under attack from the first day. The first day, before I talked to anyone, we were attacked. And because that scared a lot of competitors. Because they cannot come out with anything like this. They don't have the brain, neither the money to do it. They want you to trade moving averages, ATR, MACDs. That's your limit. But then when we come out with it, and I came into NinjaTrader. I was new with NinjaTrader, and then I was shocked. The level of trading, because I was never been on an internet with gossip and all this. Never. Minding our own business, me and my group. We've been trading for many years together. And when I came into NinjaTrader, it was cold water on my head. I was shocked. I never recognized how bad it is with the trading, and I was not aware that we just dive into big pile of mud in there. And you give a guy auto trade like this, it's gonna fall on his head. And this is where our journey started, and gossip. We were not used to that. We opened the room to everyone come in, and here's the competitors start coming in and trying to steal customers. We were not trained on that. We were not born in that environment. Anyway, I don't want to keep going, but I was shocked. The level of trading when I came in, not because of NinjaTrader, no, because NinjaTrader is an affordable platform. And it was back then NinjaTrader 6. NinjaTrader 6 was a basic platform. And I had it on my desktop. I bought the license. Every time I looked at it, I saw it how ugly it was, the number 6. And I said, oh God, I don't know. But all my friends that went in on NinjaTrader, and then they dragged me on it. But we were using different platforms, expensive platforms. And the first shock was the gossip with the trading. We were not aware of that. If something falls from the sky, right now they crucify him. Anyway, and I was shocked that traders couldn't get up and go with it. You know, I was shocked because I was very proud what I came out with. And then we had to draw back on this one here, and we stopped covering, supporting that auto trade because it was too much for a normal guy to understand. You see, if you see now, there is sometimes they change colors here because it's measuring everything. Everything is measuring. Everything. This one is tradable. And then we start producing simple auto trade. And now when we have a new trader, I want him to start here. And this is the proper way, because and then once he's done with this, once he's done with this one here, because this one's simple, efficient, and consistency, then he can upgrade himself to the TI7. The TI7, once he understands the concept of auto trading, now he can upgrade himself, is in the package, to come out to the TI7. The TI7 have a scalper, swing trading, blah, blah, blah. Once he's done with that, you have the institutional auto trade, or he can start upgrading himself to this. But to bring a guy from the street and put him on this, he's gonna freak out on you. Because if you don't know how to manage it, can hurt you, you know. So, and I love this auto trade. And on this one here is a split to two section. Is measuring what happening. Is measuring what happening, and is measuring here as well. It's a split, and it's tracking those bars here and calculating what happened here. And here is a guy coming with an ATR auto trade. He paid as much as we pay. You pay in here. As much as it costs you to buy all our stuff. And he want to outrun this one here. Do you really think he has a chance? This one here can be traded for Bitcoin, Forex. This one here, it is for, you can use a higher time frame, and you can trade it manually. And you follow the 3 high time frame signal. You follow all kind of whatnots. I don't want to go through it right now. It is an education by itself, this one here. And I mean here it is, guys. Simple as this. the more you learn, the more you earn. The less you want to learn, the faster you're going to be out of that business. You can blame it on me, you can blame it on Ninja Trader. At the end of the day, some traders might take him 1 year. Some traders might take him 1 month. Some traders will get it. Some people will never get it because they keep whining. You know, they want money, but they don't want to earn it. And the same thing, you know, when you have a loser living in a trailer, he want to work in the bank, first command, or an engineer, or a top banana guy in a company because he's too good to work, and he will not take low jobs. We've had those in USA all over the country. And guess what? He stays in the trailer the rest of his life. The guy who works, he earns. That's how I brought up. This is how we grew up. You know, my first job was in California, McDonald's in Glendale. Back then, the McDonald's was, the burger was $1, you know, and you don't just climb the stairs for free. That's how we grew up. I don't know. Maybe things have changed. I don't know. But all those misguiding those guys with when a guy come in at night and said there is no problem by auto trading, and then it turns out there is a problem if you don't know how to read the market, then yeah, that's life. Folks, hi. How they got? Okay, so guys, it's 12 o'clock. We are done. We wish you pleasant evening. We are extremely busy this afternoon. And we're still going to be doing some upgrade on the next generation after we release. I want to make it separate. And now it's in your package. I want to separate it from your package. And still we're going to be doing a lot of stuff for this one here. And on this next generation, you can cut it down to 2 trades a day by using the filters, or you can cut it down by taking a lot of trades if you want. But what is this one here? It is really, it's really consistent. I mean, it is a hard work on this one here. You need to know how to optimize it. It's not easy to optimize, honestly. This one here is much easier to optimize. This one here is easier to optimize. I will be providing templates on Monday for that next generation. And once we are done with the institutional auto trade, also the institutional auto trade is a major auto trade. And the filters on the institutional auto trades, you have a filter. If the trend is not strong, it's going to waive the trade. You know, building an auto trade and you don't know anything about market is a disaster. You know, anyone can go and super glue a couple indicators and call it auto trade. It's sad. But how are you going to build an airplane if you don't know how to fly? For God's sake. How are you going to build an airplane if you don't know the aerodynamic of an airplane? How are you going to build an auto trade if you don't know anything about trading? And this is what's happening. And you're not going to go ahead of me, sir. When we release the institutional auto trade, we talk about it. Now we're not going to cover that here. Folks, that's all what we have. It's 12 o'clock. I want to say thank you very much. We wasted time a little bit again off the line. I apologize for that, but that's life. And we wish you a very pleasant weekend. And we will see all of you on Monday webinar. on Monday. Thank you. See you. Bye for now.